Government proroguing Parliament. Well, at today's Parliament session, a new bill to manage public law and order was passed. It rationalises current rules for public assemblies and processions by moving away from rulings based on the number of persons involved in the activity. Instead, the focus is on whether the activity may have a disruptive effect on the public. Asha Popalau again with this report.
Scenes of disruption like these at international meetings such as the G20 meeting and more recently, the failed ASEAN summit in Pattaya are common. But that's exactly what Singapore, which hosts the APEC meetings later this year, where many world leaders are expected, wants to avoid. That's why it's introducing new legislation at this time. The new Public Order Act rationalises two existing bills, the Public Entertainment and Meetings Act as well as the Miscellaneous Offences Act. And at its heart is one key philosophy.
The approach is to seek the optimal balance between the freedom to exercise political rights while not affecting public safety and security and not affecting stability. Have we gotten that balance right? Well, ask yourself two questions. In our region, which country would you rather be in? And amongst the countries in the world which became independent in the 1950s and 60s, which country would you rather be in? The answer to these two questions would answer the main question I asked.
Under the new bill, 3 types of activities will require permits. Those that demonstrate support for or against views or actions of any person, group of persons or any government, publicising a cause or campaign, and marking or commemorating any event. Many sporting and recreational activities will be exempt. The Act will also give new powers to police officers to direct a person to move on from the venue for up to 24 hours. These move-on powers will allow officers to take preemptive action. Currently, police can only observe and warn a person if an offence has been committed and follow up with investigations after the event. The police can only arrest a person on the spot if it's a seizable offence, such as for carrying weapons.
If a person complies with the order and leaves the designated area, no offence will be made out against him. By giving the person in the first instance an opportunity to cooperate with the law enforcement authorities, the move-on powers bridge the current gap of doing nothing and outright arrest.
The police will get special powers for international events, which Mr. Shanmugam describes as trophy targets for terrorists, where officers can search people and personal property. And learning from the Mumbai terrorist incident, the police will have powers to stop filming of ongoing security operations and seize such materials so that operations are not compromised.
And it seems all but 3 MPs supported the public order bill. Poll Force has more on the debate.
The current situation in Thailand was repeatedly cited in support of the bill, but several MPs pointed out the limitations of this example.
I don't think Singapore will fall apart or become a nation of rioters by allowing a group of people to hold processions peacefully in a safe environment outdoors.
A system based on prior approvals and permits does not strike the correct balance in terms of respecting Singaporeans' constitutional rights to peaceful assembly.
A better approach could perhaps be to ensure that the application for permits to hold public assemblies or processions be granted as a matter of right. By taking this approach, there is greater certainty on the outcome of the application and prevent the process from being hijacked by the government of the day to serve a different agenda.
Responding, the Law Minister said protests should not be held anywhere activists like.
The point is not for us to prevent such activities, but simply to prevent them from being disruptive to the public.
To prevent such disruptions, police can now issue move-on orders, a power which MPs hope will be used objectively.
The police should exercise restraint when using this bill's penal provisions. We should not allow any legislation to hinder our growth and development towards active citizenry and civil rights participation.
The law also allows police officers to direct any person to stop filming enforcement activity.
Does it not agree that a wide discretionary power to ban films of law enforcement activities will make the police less accountable to the public for its actions?
Police officers are not permitted to seize films and destroy them as they wish. Like any other item seized, a proper record will have to be kept of it.
Unlike many other laws passed recently, there was no public consultation on the Public Order Bill. Responding to Channel News Asia's queries, the Home Affairs Ministry said it closed-door focus group discussions during the review before finalising these laws.